G'day guys, a couple of videos ago I was in a new spot. In my last video I was testing out a new rod. Well, today I've got a new net. This is a Wilson fishing net. It says medium, but it's pretty bloody big. I'm hoping to test it out by scooping out a big fat carp with it. Now it's pretty gusty today, so I've got the rods laying down instead of standing up. And I also usually use corn in this spot when I'm going for carp, but there was a few slices of bread. Tipped up the one bread on the shelf at home. I grabbed that before leaving. I'll give that a shot on the carp today. Righto, the bread's on the hook on my usual running sinker rig and small hook there. First one can go just over there, I reckon, on a bit of an angle. And rod 2 set up exactly the same way. I'm going to have even closer, about 3 meters away from me, straight in front. And now I wait patiently for about 2 hours and hope that at some stage during the time I'm here that I get a bite. I've got my second camera set up on a tripod over there and I've got it aimed at the rod tip, so I'm hoping if I get a bite I can play around with showing you a second angle. I'm still new at having the 2 cameras, so I'm just experimenting with the ways that I can utilize it. He's on! Just ever so gentle bend of the rod there. Oh my goodness, look at that. The yellows are going off tap, even on bread. Actually, that's not even a yellow, that's a Murray Cod. Oh, you cheeky bugger. You were in the shallows. What are you doing in the shallows? Oh well, I better, I'll get the bells off. And I can't unhook him and leave him in the water because it's too far down for me to reach. So the new net's going to get a run on this Murray Cod and then I'll release it as quick as I can. Come on, mate. Come on. In you go. In. Look at that, he's been barely hooked there. Alright, be good. I'm trying to get you unhooked as quick as I can. Get you back in the water. Look, this little tack is probably too small to breed anyway. There we go. Gorgeous little Murray Cod of about 45 centimeters. Beautiful thing. We'll have a quick look on the spare camera there. I don't know how far to zoom or not to zoom, but there you go. And we will go over here, get him back in the water, quick, smart. Spin him around. Alright, under the belly support. Off you go, mate. See ya. You alright? There he goes. Well, the carp continue to be super elusive, but I've caught a Murray Cod on bread here today and I'm pretty happy with that, despite it being closed season. I cared for that fish, supported it the whole time, and I had it back in the water within about 40 seconds, I reckon. Awesome. Well, I said it in my last video, and I'll say it again in this video. I am king of the bycatch. I always seem to catch things that I'm not targeting. Today it was a Murray Cod on bread, pulled from just over there. What I've done is rebaited this one with bread and cast it back into pretty much the same spot with the hope that this time if I get another bite, it is a resident carp and not a native Murray Cod. Well, the net's done a fantastic job. The only issue I had was the handle was only just long enough to reach down and get under that cod, but it managed in the end. So it is a collapsible Wilson fish protection net. So it does have rubber mesh with larger than normal holes so the hook doesn't get trapped as much. It is collapsible, as I said, so you can push that in, push that right up to there and fold that, which makes it a bit easier to carry, transport and store. Pretty wrapped with it because these collapsible nets I find are usually weak They bend easily. This one is quite heavy. It has a really thick, solid handle. These are strong. Once it's held in place, it doesn't want to fold up, not until that button is pressed. All in all, I'm pretty happy with that. And there's their logo on the handle there. Gee, that wind's picking up. I'm using a new GoPro that's got a wind mode on it that's supposed to eliminate a lot of this noise. But if there's still some wind noise making it through into the video, I'm very sorry. I'm still figuring it out. Hopefully it's a lot clearer than it used to be though. Oh, there's another bite. Same rod, same spot. Hasn't just hooked up this time. I'll pick it up, give him some slack and wait for him to take it properly. Come on, where'd you go? Here he is. Come on, take it properly. Oh, bugger. Well, that fish didn't come back and I ended up getting snagged and losing my hook. But that's probably why there was a cod hanging around there, because there is a snag there. So even though it's shallow, he would have been underneath the log or branch or whatever it is that's on the bottom of the river over there. So that explains catching a cod there, but I reckon that second bite came from a carp. Well, the GoPro on the tripod has gone flat, so there'll be no more footage from that one today. But I am hoping to get at least another couple of bites before I go home. Here's hoping. Whoa. I was too busy looking at my phone, daydreaming there. It seemed like a decent bite. Got to be careful with my shadow here because my bait's out there somewhere. First nibble on this rod. And I'll stand to the side a little bit, so hopefully my shadow is not cast over where the bait's sitting. I don't want to spook whatever's out there. Oh, how did I miss that? He had a good go at it. Have I still got bread? Is it on the hook good enough? I reckon it'll do, because I just want to get it back out as quickly as I can. Now I had it sitting out there. I had moved it around a little bit, saying I wasn't getting any bites. I did end up putting a fresh bit of bread on here. I'll just cast it back out and see if I can get any more bites, because I checked the bait on that one and it had none left, so something sneaky had stripped that one. This one almost got stolen, but there's fresh bread on both hooks now. Let's see if there's any more fish hanging around. Okay, definitely still fish hanging around. I was just putting the lid back on my esky after having a drink, and this rod, oh no, whatever it is has got me snagged. Let me get the bells off. Well, that didn't take long at all. I just spoke to the camera after throwing this back in, turned around, grabbed a drink out of my esky, and the rod went nuts, and whatever it is has dragged me under a log. If I give it slack, does it take up the slack, or is it fully snagged? You bugger. No, I think I'm snagged. I think it's dislodged the hook into a log, because that log... Well, halfway through explaining to you what I was doing there to see if there was still a fish on, my battery went flat. So that was a great example of everything going right but wrong at the same time. Look, I've left it there with the bells on with some slack in the line for the past minute while I changed my battery, and it has not budged in the slightest. So I think the fish is gone and I'm just snagged now. So I'll basically just give this a reef and see what happens. Nothing else to do. Gee whiz, it's gonna whip me. Okay, that's That's what I'm snagged on. I'm bringing it in slowly. This 10-pound line is stronger than it looks, apparently. Oh, I think that stick's joined to something a bit bigger than just that stick. Oh wow, there's the other side of it coming up. How is this line that strong? Look at what I'm pulling on. I wonder if the fish is still on there. I doubt it. Oh, this line's gonna break. It's gonna whip me too. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, there it goes. Well, there is a twiggy mess out there, but at least it's still sticking up and I can see where it is. But that's what I was snagged on. You bugger. Oh, well, that felt like a pretty big carp, that one. So when you hook a native fish, it'll look for a snag to hide under as soon as it grabs the food. But I think that one was a carp. He's just swum around like a nutso and he's run into that bundle of mess out there and it's just got me lodged in the twigs. Oh, what a bugger. Well, apparently my run of trips where I only catch one fish continues. I reckon I would have had 2 or 3 if it wasn't for the bloody snags. But it's getting darker and colder and I'm getting hungrier, so I'm going to pack up and go home and have some dinner. Was stoked to catch the first cod I've caught in months today. Unfortunately it's closed cod season, but I wasn't going for them. It was a complete bycatch by accident. Stuff happens. I got it back in the water pretty quick. I'm pretty happy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I'll see you in the next video.